While you're sleeping, Albuquerque police are out in the northeast part of the city. They got a call about 3 o'clock this morning saying a woman may have been thrown from a car on the off-ramp from I-40 to Louisiana. We're told that woman was hurt. She hurt her head and was rushed to the hospital, but she should be okay. Now, police did arrest the driver of this, what looks like a minivan. They're accusing that person of driving drunk. Officers on the scene tell us that right now they don't know if the woman was actually thrown out of the car or she may have jumped.
Well, it has happened twice in 3 days. A pedestrian is hit and killed in Albuquerque.
The latest just last night at Rio Bravo and Poco Loco. That's where News 13's David Romero is right now. And David, we know the intersection was shut down for a while, but it is open this morning, right?
That's correct, Matt. All roads are open right now, and Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies had Rio Bravo closed between Isleta and 2nd Street while they conducted their investigation. Now, here is what we know so far. Everything happened around 9:30 p.m. last night. Bernalillo County deputies say a man was crossing from the south side of Rio Bravo to the north when a Dodge truck going west slammed into him. Now, the man died at the scene, and the area, as we mentioned, was closed off for the investigation. Now, we don't know the identity of the victim or the driver, or if the driver is going to be cited, but we do know so far that the investigation is likely to continue throughout this morning. Back to you.
All right, thank you for the heads up, David. The roads were opened up about 1:30 this morning, and deputies do say as of right now, it does not look like alcohol appears to be a factor in the crash, but as David said, the investigation does continue. Elizabeth?
All right, no one can deny we need the rain right now, but yesterday's rain did put a slight damper on the 4th of July festivities at Isotopes Park. The game was put on hold for nearly an hour, but you know what? Most fans stuck it out. Yesterday's storms brought in much needed moisture, not only to Albuquerque, but to many parts of the state. Not affected by the rain, by the way, was a celebration at Balloon Fiesta Park. This morning, it's all about cleanup over there. Tens of thousands of people came out to enjoy the music, the food. We even spotted one family playing a small game of football. Now, some families told us that they felt it was one of the safest ways to celebrate Independence Day.
I don't have to worry about my son getting burned, trying to have fun. And, you know, there's a lot of people out here to have fun with.
And of course, one of the highlights of the festivities at Balloon Fiesta Park, without a doubt, the fireworks display. A city spokesperson tells us this year's event cost the city $145,000, but once they factor in the money they made off of parking, they expect that total to drop to about $80,000.
Even with all the rain, police, sheriff's deputies, and firefighters are still holding their breath and praying this morning that no fires start from all the fireworks from the 4th. Emergency workers were all over the city yesterday, and we were with them on the ground. Firefighters patrolled the Bosque, one of the areas they were most concerned about, and the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office Air Department did too, with a bird's eye view from up above.
I think for me personally is making sure that nobody on the ground gets hurt. We don't want our firefighters and law enforcement officers to get hurt, or any citizens to come in the way of something like that.
And police, firefighters, and sheriff's deputies were also on the river in these airboats. And dispatchers were answering all of the 911 calls, plus the calls from the fireworks hotline. And they tell us so far, everything has gone smoothly. So exactly how many people decided not to follow the rules last night and be dangerous and light off illegal fireworks? Well, that is something that we'll definitely be asking Albuquerque's leaders today. And as for how many calls that illegal fireworks hotline got, we're hoping to learn that information as well.
This morning, we now know the name of the man who was hit and killed by an off-duty city worker. Police have identified him as 22-year-old William Nolan. They say he was on a sidewalk at Silver and Princeton when a driver jumped a curb and ran over him. Cops say that driver is Stephen Whitaker. They say Whitaker had just taken off from work at ABQ Ride and was driving his personal vehicle. Police say he was not drunk. Whitaker was given a blood test to see if there were any traces of drugs in his system, but those results could take weeks. Police say it's possible that the driver had a medical episode. A former Albuquerque teacher who admitted to having sex with a 13-year-old student is now on house arrest this morning. 36-year-old Christy Sanchez Trujillo was booked into the community custody program on Tuesday. She originally faced 24 years in prison for having sex with a student from Jimmy Carter Middle School. But after taking a plea deal, a judge sentenced her to house arrest and 1 year in the community custody program.
An update now to some overnight news we first told you about yesterday morning. Police have arrested 2 people in connection with a double shooting from Tuesday night that we now know happened at a kid's birthday party. Police say the shooting started inside this home near San Pedro and Paseo del Norte. So it was about 10:30, then continued into the street. We're told a woman was shot twice, once in the chest, once in the leg, and a man was shot once in his leg. Both of them should survive. Investigators say they are having a tough time figuring out exactly what happened here because a lot of the people who were at the party are family and friends, and they're not cooperating. A bizarre crime to tell you about now. Tens of thousands of dollars of dinnerware stolen in Santa Fe, and police think it was a way for one man to rip off his old business partner. Investigators arrested James Hallberg on Tuesday, saying he stole kitchen utensils, glassware, and cash from the Pittman Brothers Design showroom and sold it to gold buyers of New Mexico. Hallberg used to be business partners with the owner of the design showroom, but cut ties with him a few months ago.